And you push it. You can log on.
Hey guys, sorry about that. I was having a little bit of technical difficulty here trying to do everything but all at one time. But it's exciting to be here with you tonight for our M&Ms here on our Fab Five. My name is Marsha Brown. I am the proud leader of the Amazing Hooray sales team. And you know what, guys, I am so excited to talk to you about one of my amazing products that I absolutely love. And that is our Micro Pro Grill. Now, before I do that, I need to take this little banner off here. So it's kind of, I have to walk all the way over here to do this. There we go. All right. So since I don't have anybody to change any of the banners and stuff for me, I want you to remember, if you ink it, you think it. So get your paper, get your pen, start writing these things down.
It's okay.
It's okay. Okay. Sorry. No, it is fine. No, it's fine. So what I wanted to do, I want you to ink it. If you ink it, you think it. I want you to make sure you do that, guys. Okay. And then the other thing I want you to do is to tell us in the comments that you're here. Tell us what company you're with. Tell me what you're excited about. How many of these wonderful things that we have on sale with our 4th of July specials and our Christmas in July specials that you sold. Oh my gosh, there is some great, crazy stuff going on. I know there's one of the folks there over at Excite that's been really excited about the new snack bar keepers because she's doing them as a campaign for the military, and she's already sold $3,000 worth of those, which is amazing. Over at Hooray, I know one of my ladies is so excited about the special. She's been sharing with her friends, and she sold 100 of the Crystal Wave divided dishes in 6 hours, guys. That's $1,100 in sales. She's already over $3,500 in sales this month just by sharing the 4th of July specials and the Christmas in July specials. So these are huge things. These are some things that can really create a lot of excitement, a lot of energy, and give you those fast sales. Now, all of those are while supplies last for the most part. So you don't want to wait. You want to act on those right away. But what I want to talk to you about is one of our premium products. And it is a product that is right now on sale. And I'll be honest, I forgot to check and see what the price point on it is for this month. But I know it's on sale. I want to say it's $189, but it might be less. But you know, even at regular price of $239, it is thebomb.com. Why? First of all, I want to ask you, how many of you have a Micro Pro grill already yourself? All right. And I love this product because when I'm talking to people and they say to me, oh, I've got everything Tupperware makes. I go, really? Oh my gosh. So you have our Micro Pro grill, the metal grill that goes in your microwave. What do you do with yours? And I just wait to see what they say, because most people do not know that Tupperware has a metal grill that goes in the microwave. And this is one of the products that I use to date a lot of parties for their half price item or for free, because it does so much. And especially It's great for anybody who is going off to college. This is a great thing for the kids going off to college. In fact, right now, make a list. Who do you know that's going off to college? Or who do you know that has kids going off to college? Because those are the people you're going to want to reach out to about the Micro Pro Grill. Because most kids in dorms, they might have a microwave to cook with. They can do so much in this. They're gonna live and eat when they have a Micro Pro Grill. This is so awesome for anyone that's on a diet. One of my team members, Dal Maddox, he was, went through a health change, life change. He wanted to change his health and his life. So he started eating healthier, cooking foods differently. And he invested in a Micro Pro Grill and he fell in love with it. So that's why he joined. And last time we had this on sale, he was our top seller because he would go live and he would talk about what he was cooking for dinner using the Micro Pro Grill. And people were paying the money for it because once they see the value of it, they're going to see why they need it. I know at my house, it gets used almost daily for something. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what it does, and then I'm going to show you a few things that I've made today, or I'm making today, for you to see. All right, so the Micro Pro Grill actually won the Red Dot Award in 2017 for the most exciting new invention on the market. So the Red Dot Award is a design award that is given worldwide for any new product that comes out, any new kitchen gadget, anything for the home that comes out that is truly revolutionary. And actually Tupperware's won several of these, but 2017, the Micro Pro Grill earned that. The Micro Pro Grill is a metal grill that goes in the microwave. Say what? You can put metal in the microwave? Absolutely. So it is a stainless steel container, stainless steel base, covered with a silicone wrap on the base with the feet and on the edges, and then on the cover. The cover and the base both have a susceptor. Now that's just a fancy name for a little thing that's in the inside, built into each of these, that takes microwave rays and transforms them into thermal energy. Think of it like you plugged in your stove. The electricity comes in the plug, it goes to your stove, it heats up the heating element. That's how it works. This is how this works. The microwave rays are what power the susceptor that turns it into thermal heat, causes it to heat up. Now, it also has a non-stick finish on the interior. This is the DuPont Eterna coating. This is not Teflon, so it is safe, it is non-toxic, it is guaranteed for life. It is like a baked-on finish that is a non-stick finish. This also operates in two different directions. So when it is when the handle goes towards the handle on the cover goes towards the handles on the container, it is what we call grill position. Think of it like a George Foreman grill. Okay, you're going to do paninis in it. You're going to do grilled vegetables in it. You're going to do grilled meats in it. You're going to make anything that you want to get nice and crispy on both sides at the same time. When you turn it this way so that the handle on the cover is parallel to the handles on the container, it's what we call the oven setting. And so this is where you're going to reheat pizza. So you have the crunchy bottom, but the gooey cheese on top. It's the position that you're going to use when you're making a cake or a cookie, when you're making some different, when you make a cobbler in there, when you make a baked ziti, or a mac and cheese. It's a perfect way for you to use it for that too. Now, how does it work? Okay, so as I said, the susceptors are going to heat up because of the microwave. So you put it in the microwave. You will control your power wattage depending on the recipes that you're making. So if you're making cookies and cakes, oftentimes you'll want to reduce your power wattage to like 50%. What does that mean? It means hit that power button and say power 5, and it's going to lower how much microwave is generated at one time. There's a reason for that, because that's going to control how hot this gets. So if you put this in the microwave and you put it on high power, in 90 seconds, the interior is going to have heated to 450 degrees. Okay, write that down, guys. 90 seconds, 450 degrees. That's how fast this will heat up. And so that means it's going to cook things really quickly as well. So this is why it's super fast and super easy to use. But let's say I want to cook something that I don't want to cook at 450 degrees. That's when I'll use the 50% power, because it's going to give it time to cool off. In between, half the time it's going to be getting hot, and then half the time it's going to kind of chill. Half the time it's getting hot, half the time it's going to chill. And that's going to allow this to keep an even temperature of around 350 or 400 degrees, depending on what you're cooking. So that's a couple of things just to know about how it works. Now, to give you another, a couple of features about this as well, it is very heavy. So it will definitely put some pressure on the things that you're cooking. And if you will notice, when you look at it, there's a well around the sides. Do you see how that well is there? It's all the way around. That is so that when you're cooking something like a chicken or a steak or anything that has a lot of juice in it, the juice will run off onto the side, because this little edge right here where there's a well does not get hot. That's right. It's actually the metal piecing that gets hot, the thermal plate that gets hot only goes to this edge. So this part doesn't get hot. So therefore, it's going to just keep it to the side, so it's not going to affect the food that you're cooking. So that's a little feature that's really important to know. This also comes with a silicone mold. The silicone mold fits perfectly inside of it. And this is how you can make a cake. You can make cornbread. You can make an omelet. You can make a frittata. You can make a cookie. You can do a variety of different things. I use this a lot when I do nuts. Okay, so I am notorious, my family will tell you, for burning my nuts. If I'm doing pine nuts, if I'm doing toasted walnuts, pecans for something that I'm making, I tend to put them in the oven, forget that I put them in there. And then it's like, oh my gosh, they're burnt. So I know now I can put them in here. I can put like a half a cup. I put it in the oven setting, okay, just like that. And then I stick it in the microwave for 2 minutes. All right, shake it up. They're all done. I have my toasted nuts and I never burn them, which is great for me. I use this also to make tomato pie. If you're a Southerner, you know tomato pie. It's so good this time of the year when the fresh tomatoes are coming in, and you cut them up, and then I make a crust in the bottom. And so I'll make like a shortbread crust, a savory shortbread crust, put it in the bottom. I stick it in there. I heat that up first. I do that at the 50% power, and I'll do it for about 10 minutes. So it starts to really get, because I don't want a soggy bottom. It gets it nice and starts to get crunchy. And then I'll add onto it my sliced tomatoes and actually I'll put on the bottom some cheese. And then I put my sliced tomatoes that I've kind of patted dry. I put some fresh basil in there with it. And then I do my other topping, which usually has mayonnaise, Duke's, if you're a good Southerner, and some eggs and more cheese, and you put that on top of it, and then you bake it. And it is absolutely amazing. It's kind of like a cheesy tomato goodness, and it's so delicious right now with the fresh tomatoes that are in season. Another thing that it's really great for is we love roasted potatoes and roasted Brussels sprouts. I'll toss them in a little olive oil. I put some garlic in them with some salt, and then I put them in here. And I actually like to do those in the complete grill thing, because that way there's the heat on the top and the bottom, and that way they get that nice little crunchy crust on top of them as well. It will take somewhere between 6 and 10 minutes, depending on how crusty, crunchy you want your potatoes or your Brussels sprouts to be done. It's also great if you wanted to do some fish. You can do salmon this way. I'll do shrimp on skewers, and it's perfect for doing your chicken breast or even steaks and hamburgers. Now, here's a little tip I want you to know. If you're going to be cooking meats, especially your chicken, your hamburger, or your beef, because they have a tendency to get, they have a lot of water in them, right? A lot of juice in them, especially chicken, because they pump a lot of chicken with extra water to make it look nice and plump. And so that's going to have to come off. So what we want to do is sear it, especially if you like your steaks or your hamburgers cooked kind of a medium or medium rare. You don't want it to cook too much all the way in. So you want it to be hot when you put it in the grill. So what you're going to do is take a slice of bread, any kind of bread, your loaf bread, whatever, put it in here, put this on there, and do it for the 1.5 minutes in the microwave. You never want to put this in the microwave with nothing in it. So you're going to put that piece of bread, you're going to put it in there for 1.5 minutes. So how hot does it get on 100% power in 90 seconds? I want to see if you were paying attention. Yep, that's right, 450 degrees. So what I've done is I've preheated my oven, I've preheated my grill to 450 degrees. So I've got my chicken ready to go. It's got the marinade on it, the seasonings on it, whatever I want to put on it, or my steak. It's got that, the rub on the outside of it. I'm going to open it up, pull the piece of bread out, stick the meat in there, put it back in. You'll hear it go sizzle, sizzle, and then you're going to stick it back in the microwave. Just depending on how long you want it to cook, your steaks, and how thick they are. I'm going to post a chart for you so you can kind of guess, how long you would do it. You will play around with it a little bit in your microwave. But for a rare steak, it's going to probably only take about 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, you may want to flip it once in there. The chicken's usually going to take about 7, 8 minutes. Salmon doesn't take long at all. But I mean, I'm going to tell you, I use this for potatoes and Brussels sprouts all the time. It's also the best thing in the world for doing bacon. If you want your bacon nice and crispy and you don't want it all crumbled up into a tiny little ball, do the same thing. Heat it up a little, put your bacon in there, stick it on there, stick it in the microwave, and it's going to give you nice, crunchy, crispy bacon, and you're going to be so excited about that as well. So right now, I want to share with you a couple things that I made and what we can do with this. We're going to make a grilled cheese sandwich, okay? So I went ahead and I've got it already fixed up. Charlie was so good tonight to make this up for me because he made it the way he wants it. All right, so I have some French bread that he's already done. It's got cheese in it. It's got some mustard and mayo on the inside. It depends on how you like it. And he's already got the butter on there because he likes lots of butter on his. Some people put mayonnaise on the outside. I'd never heard of that, but I now know that people do. Okay, and I'm going to get my butter there. I'll put that in there. Okay, so you'll see I have them in there. Now, I did not preheat it for this because I want it to get hot all the way through, right? If I was making a steak, I wouldn't want it to get hot all the way through maybe. But for this, I want it to get hot all the way through because I want the cheese to melt on the inside. When you're making your grilled cheese sandwiches, what's your favorite kind of cheese? What's your favorite kind of bread? So sometimes I like rye bread with Swiss cheese and a little sauerkraut. Sometimes I like to do cheddar cheese and do some real thin slices of apple. Oh my gosh, that is so good. Provolone, put a little fresh tomato in there. It's also great. Or some dill pickle. I love thin slices of dill pickle on them also. So, at Christmas time, or Thanksgiving, when you have some leftover turkey, you can take your turkey, you can mix it with some Havarti cheese, put Havarti cheese, some slice with that, and put apricot jam, like an apricot spread, and some Dijon mustard. Guys, it'll blow your mind. So it's just an amazing flavor profile to mix up, and it takes your grilled cheese sandwich to a whole nother level. So we're going to put this in there. We're going to do it in the grill setting, just like that. So usually what I'll do is I'll put it in there for about 2 minutes, then flip it and do it 2 minutes more. So we're going to go ahead and stick this in the microwave. And you did hear my microwave beep because there's something else in there. So I'm going to share that with you too. So this is in the oven setting. We are actually making a blueberry peach crumble. I'm going to show it's still hot, still cooking just a little bit. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes for this one to cook. And then you want to let it sit so it continues to cook. Just checking. Yeah, it's looking good. Okay, I'm going to let that sit there for just a second because I want to show you the other thing that I already made ahead of time. So remember I said that there's this great little ring that you can use. So I did this ahead of time. So it's called chocolate chip cowboy cookie cake. Okay, chocolate chip cowboy cookie cake. And I've got it right here. It's in the ring. Okay, so I put the ring in it. I made the cookie dough. So once again, I'll share the recipe. It's flour, it's sugar, it's butter, I got an egg in it. It's got a little bit of oats in it. And then, you know, of course, it's got some chocolate chips in it. Now you can do chocolate chips on the top and spread it to make a cover on it. But guys, I want you to see. Get this to come out here. There we go. Pull that off. Check that out. That is a chocolate chip cookie cake. I could have flipped it over the other way. I'm going to show you what it looks like when I cut it. This is so yummy. You could drizzle hot fudge on it. You could put a slice of, put some ice cream on top of it, and then put some hot fudge on top of that. But check that out, guys. Doesn't that look great? You can add nuts to it if you want to. So it's some brown sugar, it's some regular sugar. I'm going to take a taste. Oh my gosh. Guys, that is so good. Charlie's going to love this. And I think my granddaughters are going to love this because they're kind of carboholics too. We like our sweets, right? Okay, so that's so good. So if you love chocolate chip cookies, here's the other one I love is I'll make up a recipe of chocolate chip cookies, and I don't want to make them all because if they're cooked, I'll eat them all. So I'll just make them up into little balls. And then when I'm just feeling like I just have to have a cookie, I can take 1 or 2 balls, put them in there, and then cook them in the microwave in using the oven setting, and they're done in 3 or 4 minutes. I mean, I've got cookies, which is really amazing. All right, so I'm going to flip this real quick, and then I'm going to come back and show you the cobbler. In fact, I want to show it to you real quick. So you'll see it's not starting to brown yet, but you can see that the butter has melted. And as I go to flip it, you can sauce it. I don't know if you can see the cheese is starting to melt. All right, because I'll have people ask me sometimes, I go, well, does it really get crunchy? Guys, you are going to be amazed how crunchy this is going to get when we finish it. Okay, let me stick this back in here. Okay, we'll let that finish up. And now I want to show you what our blueberry peach crumble. All right, so this time of the year is probably one of my favorite times of the year because I just went to the farmer's market. We have this great farmer's market near here. If you are ever in the North Carolina area on the coast and you are near Supply, North Carolina, which is Highway 17 between Wilmington and Myrtle Beach, there's this great little farmer's market called the Heritage Market, and it's a locally owned family. They grow all their, most of their vegetables when they're in season. They everything else they get from local. The blueberries came out of their fields. The peaches in it came from South Carolina, and we got all these fresh tomatoes that just came out of the fields, and cucumbers and field peas, and oh my gosh, we're just going to have a feast on all the food that we got this week. But I made this crumble for you guys. So what it is some peaches and blueberries mixed together. You can do this with frozen as well. You mix in with that a little bit of sugar, a little bit of flour to make it, to thicken it, and then and some lemon juice. So it makes into kind of a thickening agent for your filling in the bottom. And then the top has got a crumble. So it's got some flour and sugar, brown sugar, and it's got some oats in it. And I always usually add a little bit of vanilla protein powder just to kind of give it a little extra. Then it's got some melted butter in it. And guys, look at this. This is incredible. Look how beautiful it is, nice and brown. You can see those blueberries, you can see those peaches. I'm just going to grab a little spoon here, take a bite of it too, because I can't tell you if it's good if I don't taste it, right? So I'm just going to dig right here in the center. Get a little bit. There you go. Let me see how good it is. Ooh, hot. But guys, it's amazing. So here's what I would do. I would get some heavy whipping cream. I'd put it in my whipping mix, add a little bit of confectioner's sugar, a little bit of vanilla, whip that baby up. I've got homemade whipped cream to go on my homemade blueberry crumble. And you got a treat that is fit for the day. All right, so that is just a little quick look at our MicroPro grill. I hope that you've learned a few new things. There is a recipe book that has tons and tons of recipes. I use this to do all kinds of dips in it. I have a jalapeno popper dip, a hot crab dip that I can do in here. It's great for baked mac and cheese. Mix up your macaroni and cheese, cheese like you normally would, put it in here, bake it that way. You can do a baked ziti, just cook your pasta, mix it with some tomato sauce, some cheese. You can add your hamburger, put it in there, stick it in the microwave. You've got a baked ziti that you can have for dinner. You're going to find that this is that one thing that you keep pulling out over and over and over. But I know, I got to show you the sandwich, right? Pick it over here, grab my sandwich. Let's see what it looks like. I think I went a little too long for my sandwich. See, I get excited talking to you guys and I forget to go check stuff. All right, so my grilled cheese sandwiches, you wonder, does it get brown? I want you to see this, guys. It definitely gets brown. Look at that. And the cheese is running everywhere, all over the place. So it's nice and hot and gooey. We've got our grilled cheese sandwich just waiting to be dug into. So there you go, guys. Grilled cheese sandwich, steaks, chicken, veggies, cakes, cookies, cobblers. It does it all. So you need to make sure that you have your MicroPro grill, and you need to make sure that you are talking about it and showing people what it will do. Because you know what? This is one of the best kept secrets we have in our Tupperware line. You want to make sure that you're sharing with everybody about it. And I promise you, when they see all the things it can do, they're not going to blink an eye to spend the money that they need to spend to get this amazing product. So that's it for tonight, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm super excited about what we have to offer this month, and I hope you are too. And I'm going to encourage you to get out there, and if you can come over here, Charlie, and stop the thing for me. I'm super excited about seeing you. Yeah. This is crazy today. I'm super excited about what we have to offer this month. I want to see you run with all of the things that you have, whether it's the 4th of July specials, whether it's the Christmas in July specials, whether it's the things that are in our brochure. Pick one thing every day, get excited about it, promote it, talk about it, show the benefits of it, and you will have the best month of your year. And remember, July is the first of the rest of the year. So let's make these next 6 months the best that we can. Thanks, everybody. Happy New Year. Happy 4th of July. Good night. Not yet, Charlie. Not yet. You have to do this. You can't do it that way. Okay, I'll do it. Never mind. You can't do it that way.